Here we are. You want amazing three-dimensional villains in 3 simple steps, don't you? With proof. It's just gotta work. Remember how Hickman and Hickman took one throwaway vampire and transformed gaming with the legend of Strat von Sandwich of Bavaria. Let's just pick another monster, shall we? More precisely, let's pick on a single-room throwaway encounter from the Sunless Citadel. Why not? We will use a nameless, gormless, gimped troll, the remnants of an elven dragon priest. If you don't know anything about the Sunless Citadel, you're good, I've got you covered. But I have to warn you about spoilers ahead. Let's bring you up to speed on this elf troll guy. As written, this high priest is the last survivor of a dragon cult, magically preserved, imprisoned within a sarcophagus. This lockdown was punishment for having gone mostly troll. Transformed himself, apparently. His name is forgotten by everyone, including himself. When awakened, he has less than half of a troll's abilities and mindlessly attacks for no reason. If you're like me, this makes for so many questions. Priests are usually wise enough to know better, right? And why troll transformation and not, say, half-dragon ritual instead? What's so good about a troll? And why attack the rescuers, especially when in such a horribly weakened state? I want to know. There's got to be some changes around here. Let's call this elf gone total troll Failthias. Shall we make him the brother of the infamous vampire Gulthias, mentioned both here and featured elsewhere? Have this sarcophagus further punish Failthias when opened. An internal clockwork mechanical blade thing splits him mostly in half as the slid slides off. Slid. This explains so much. The dragon priest's confusion rage, his missing memories, his low hit points, and his 1 attack per round. We assume his other parts remain in the stone casket, and should players manage to slay him, these leftovers in the box will regenerate a whole new body. Handy, leggy, and all those parts. Also, make this elf's troll transformation a part-way half-baked thing, shall we? He appears as a tall, rubbery, and twisted elf, missing a bunch of parts, thanks to the aforementioned blade. He's a mess, and this really sets the stage. You can have Failthias come out confused, even begging,
"Help me, help me! I cannot control this body!"
as his body continues to attack completely without reason. Roll with it! Keep those troll powers on the down low as our own little secret. Should players somehow
cleanse him with fire,
try downplaying the importance of the leftovers in the sarcophagus. Should players somehow act kindly and help him out, allow them to get to know Failthias. Tender, lore-sharing moment. Reward them with everything should this come to pass. Experience points, knowledge, advice, his jewelry, heartfelt thanks. Roleplay choice has to be rewarded. Here's where we show off those 3 dimensions, right? That amazing adventure thereafter, as I promised. Starting with Savvy. What does Failthias know? What are his plans, dreams, and hopes? He chose the troll form because he needs troll blood. Why? This dragon priest wants to make yet more dragons. How? Long story short, D&D kobolds have a lot of dragon stuff about them. Urds, those flying kobolds, share yet even more of that draconic stuff. Kobolds can become half-dragon via ritual and then yet more draconic stuff. Get it? You see where this is going, don't you? Failthias wants to stuff these kobold half-dragon thingamajigs into the enchanted, reassembled, kintsugi restored ex-wormling eggshells. That's a lot for one sentence, so let me simplify after I get myself a quick drink of... Toss your mostly dragon kobold into an abandoned wormling eggshell. Add the troll's blood, shake, don't stir, and... you've got yourself a brand new dragon in a few weeks. Assuming this magic works, and this is my video, so I'm saying that it should work. After all, this high priest Failthias is a transformer of stuff, right? More than meets the eye. But we also need to know what keeps him going. That grit and persistence stuff. That's our second dimension, shall we? According to the Sunless Citadel lore, this dragon cult existed to worship an ancient red dragon that was slain a long, long time ago. This ancient drake's ghost could still be around, offering pointers and instruction and useful lifestyle tips. Make this idea, speaking to Failthias in dreams and visions. This ancient dragon seeks rebirth, thus needs Phaelthias to be the master of ceremonies. This also explains why the elven dragon priest come troll rises to become a key villain. Phaelthias gets all the knowledge, ambition, and planning of this ancient red dragon ghost. It doesn't matter if this particular priest loses his mind. Will rise again come hell or high lava with near infinite persistence and grit. Lastly, as a bonus dimension, your key villain needs resources, that proxy support, and this elf-turned-priest has lots of that. All of one's lost or forgotten estate, hidden layers, hordes of treasure, devoted kobold tribes. As a DM, you can assume Phaelthias has all your shopping needs, and so close to Christmas at that. That's it. In 3 dimensions, we've gone from a single combat situation to the chosen one for hordes of wormlings and the return of But what could, would, should these adventures even look like? Let's look at other possible villains. Will want his gigantic body back with sufficient troll blood and, say, a surviving heart. A high priest transformer might be able to make that work. Just rewrite that Heart of Nightfang Spire module dungeon to include the rebuilding of Gulthias, Phaelthias, the dragon cult, and even monster questions mean monstrous quests. Let's run a few other directions, shall we? This Sunless Citadel moved and rebuilt underground, but how did it do it? Does this golem-like entity architect still function? And is it sentient? If so, did it rebuild other structures? If so, can it house, protect, and eventually recruit a whole new cult group? Another one! Those blight trees in the basement of the Sunless Citadel were causing an uprising with Belak the Druid. Belak. Is Belak simply regrowing the damage done by If true, how does he feel about return, or any other red wormling for that matter? Another adventure, Phaelthias can use his transformative type skills and half-dragon ritual tricks to turn himself into a full dragon. Would he choose red, blue, green, or classic autumnal tones for this fall season? Tune in, find out. Would he transform yet more trolls to guarantee enough on-hand troll blood? So many good questions. How would the open market respond anyways to all these discoveries of troll potions and transformation magic? Inquiring minds want to know. Stone giants and fire giants, they would resent dragons, especially the ones that mess with their lesser giant cousins, say the trollkin. Oh yes, what actions would these giants have to take the moment they get wind of all this dragon troll blood stuff going down? These villains are not on a plot railroad to oblivion. No, sir. You gotta ask, where is this coming from and where is it going? From here to there, but ask in 3 different ways. Ho ho! What does your key big persona know, for starters? What do they have to work with? Part 2 and Part 3. Why must their heart go on? One throwaway monster turned 3-dimensional thanks to these 3 open-ended questions. Good luck, good hunting, and I completely forgot to ask you to like or click crap below. If you get around to it, that'd be swell. Thanks. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Have fun storming the castle.